Hello, welcome to this video. I'm Debbie-Lyn, CEO of DL Models. I thought it'd be really nice while I'm taking my makeup off from a wonderful day of networking to get to know each other a little bit better. I want to tell you a little bit more about me, who I am, what my experience is, why I started DL Models, and what our future plans are as well. We've got so many exciting things coming up, so I can't wait to share everything with you. Today, I've been to an amazing networking event in Blackpool. I've not been to Blackpool for ages. We went to a lovely place right on the prom called the Beach House. Has anyone else been to the Beach House? It's really, really nice. And it was a Flamingo networking event. So I'm a member of the Flamingo Business Club. And it was a networking event all for women who were in business. And it was so nice. We had some lovely treats. We had some nibbles. We had some coffees. Lots of new connections made. There were some new faces there who had never met before. And we all introduced ourselves and told each other about what we do and who we are. And I thought, why not carry it on this evening and tell you guys about who I am, why I do what I do, and our future plans. So I'm just going to take my makeup off because I wore makeup today and got a little bit dressed up as well. It's quite nice. I don't go out the house very often. So when I do, I quite like to do myself up a bit, make a bit of an effort. It feels good. And the sun was shining and we had a view over the beach and it was amazing. So as I said, I'm Debbie-Lyn and I am the CEO of DL Models. And I used to work as a professional model in the industry. When I was doing fashion shows all over the UK, what I was noticing was a massive lack of diverse representation. And as a plus size model, it was really obvious that the designers always favoured the straight size models. There was a rail backstage full of outfits, all for the straight size models, and the plus size models, there was maybe me and one other, or sometimes just me. And there was hardly any clothes for us to wear. And I noticed that quite a few times. And it even happened a couple of times when I was booked to do a fashion week a fashion week walk. And just before the event, I got cancelled because there just wasn't enough plus size fashion to go around, which I thought was a real shame. It doesn't really make sense considering the majority of women in the UK are a size 16, and anything from a size 12 and above within the fashion industry at the moment, as it stands right now in this day and age, it's considered a plus size. And I'd never been unhappy with the way I looked, and I still wasn't. It didn't affect me, obviously I would have liked to have been more involved, but it didn't make me want to go away and try and lose weight. I was quite happy with myself, quite confident in myself and the way I looked. But I did think to myself, it just doesn't make much sense. Surely designers, brands, in fashion should be looking to represent the majority and not the minority. And this stayed with me. Then I became disabled. 3 years ago now, I became disabled suddenly overnight. I went completely paralysed from the waist down. I've been shopping with the kids. I came home. I was putting my shopping away, as you do. And it was just a normal day. I'd been a little bit stressed in the shop, but nothing unusual. And my legs just started to feel really heavy and slowly just started to go numb, and to the point where I could no longer feel my legs. Obviously, this made me panic. So I rang an ambulance. I rang 999, rang an ambulance, and I got blue lighted to hospital. Now, originally, they thought it was something to do with my spine, because I also have degenerative discs in the bottom of my spine, and I was aware of that already. I get a lot of pain in my back, a lot of sciatica, things like that. And they'd said to me that there was a potential, if one of my discs moved anymore, for me to get this thing called cauda equina. That is a really serious thing to get, and you do need to be rushed to hospital. So I thought that's what had happened. They thought that's what had happened. So I'm being tested for that. I had an MRI. I had all the tests. I had urine tests, blood tests, you know, just heart monitors, just every test you could have. And then I had an MRI scan and they said, it's not your back. Nothing's moved. Your spine's still the same. So I was really confused. Still completely paralyzed, couldn't move from the waist down. So after a few days in hospital, I got a visit from the neurologist, and the neurologist did some tests and found that I had something called FND. Now, this is a brain disorder. So I have a brain disorder called FND, which stands for functional neurological disorder. And there's so many different symptoms that come with this. I have had all of the symptoms. I get speech issues, I have mobility issues, I have had seizures in the past. They were awful. So they're non-epileptic seizures, but they're like epileptic seizures. So it's a horrible experience, especially when you have no idea what is actually causing them and what's going on. Luckily, I have stopped having seizures now, but I still have a lot of other symptoms daily. I have chronic fatigue, brain fog. I struggle with my memory. A lot of symptoms with this FND. So it's kind of a cross between a chronic illness. So I do get extremely tired. I do have to pace myself. I don't have much energy. I get worn out very easily. And a disability, because I am actually now in a wheelchair, or I walk sometimes with a stick, but I'm finding it's getting worse. When I try to walk with my stick, even then my legs are collapsing, I'm falling on the floor. I've hurt myself quite a lot of times with it. It's not a nice thing to have at all. So it came as a massive shock, and it could happen to anybody. Anyone, unfortunately, at some point in their life could suddenly just become disabled. And if you don't become disabled through something like FND, you're sometimes obviously born with a disability. And the other thing that can happen is, as you age and our bodies age, naturally we can all become more disabled and have more issues with our mobility. So this also got me thinking about, in terms of the fashion industry, and I had noticed when I was doing fashion shows, I'd never seen anyone in a wheelchair. So these things, together with the being a plus size model, then becoming a disabled model, that was the catalyst for me starting DL Models, because I wanted to provide a platform for people like me who have chronic illnesses or disabilities, and have struggled to access the fashion industry, because I think everyone, if they're passionate enough, should be able to follow their dreams. And I'm proof that if you're determined enough and you work hard enough, and you have the right people guiding you, because the fashion industry can be so tough to navigate on your own. So I wanted to be someone who could teach everything I know, who could support people, empower people, teach them resilience, teach them confidence, and everything that they need to become a diverse icon within the industry. And honestly, I've been doing this for over a year now, and it still amazes me the difference in people's lives that we're making. It just blows me away when we get the feedback from people, and we've literally changed hundreds of lives. People come into the to DL Models, into the programs. You know, they've maybe had a mental health crisis. They've maybe been in a domestic violent relationship. We work with a lot of neurodiverse people. I am also neurodiverse. I have ADHD. We work with people that have got mental health problems. I can understand them because I also live with borderline personality disorder. So I'm able to relate to people through lived experience, and I'm able to help people And how wonderful that I can use my experiences to go on to help other people to thrive in the industry. And it really is something I absolutely love to do. And seeing the results at the end when people have finished their program with us, it's just astounding. People have gone on to do the most amazing things. We've had people go on to be signed with top model agencies. We've had people going on to work with big TV personalities, people working with huge brand names like Netflix, like Northern Rail, being published in magazines. It's just incredible, the life-changing stories that I could tell you. But that's why I started DL Models, and we've only been going for just over a year now, but we've been nominated, and I'm so proud of this, we've been nominated for 14 awards, which is absolutely mind-blowing. We've recently been nominated for an Eva's Award, which is really exciting, and the Inclusive Awards as well. This is the second time that we've been nominated for the Inclusive Awards, and it means a lot because to be recognised for all the work we're doing in terms of inclusivity, you know, is important to build trust with our clients. So I'm super excited for those, and that's something that we've got coming up, these award ceremonies, which is exciting. It's a great chance to network and meet other wonderful women in business. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the show that we've got coming up as well, and the CIC in general, why I started the CIC. So we've been running events for longer than DL Models has been set up, actually. We've been running inclusive fashion shows and events for over 2 years. And they were, in the beginning, I was funding everything by myself. I didn't have any income, and I was funding everything by myself. It was just a completely heart-led project. It meant so much to me to be able to try and make some impact and some change, some real change in the fashion industry, that I set up these inclusive fashion events, photo shoots and fashion shows, so that it would give a platform not only to diverse models, but also to up-and-coming designers who were focused on adaptive fashion for disabled people, and also for small businesses from around the area to get involved and be able to showcase their products and network and make some new clients and contacts. So it was so successful. The feedback was phenomenal, and this inspired me to keep going. And so in the end, I set up a CIC. Never worked in a charity before, never worked with a CIC before, didn't know what I was doing. So I had to learn as I was going along, a bit like I have with the business. You know, I haven't got a history of being a business owner before this. I was working as a creative makeup artist. I worked in the fashion industry and in the entertainment industry and the beauty industry. But it was nothing like on the same scale as DL Models. It was just a very, very small business that just sort of paid for itself. It was more of a hobby than anything else. I absolutely loved it, and it obviously made so many connections and so many contacts, which I use today. And that's something that I've been able to share with our community and our members and our clients today, to help them to grow their contact list and make the right connections. But I started off as a creative makeup artist and also a fashion stylist. And then I went on to become a model. I went along to my very first casting in Liverpool, and it was for an African fashion show. I went along for a laugh. I didn't think I'd get chosen. When I got chosen, it was such a massive compliment. It was such a confidence boost, because at that time I'd come out of a really bad marriage. I've been with someone for a long time. It was a very, very toxic relationship, very abusive relationship. I had no self-esteem left, no confidence left in myself. I hated the way I looked. And I just went along because I was trying to follow what my counsellor said, push myself out of my comfort zone. So I thought, you know what, I saw the advert for it for plus size models, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and try. And that was the pivotal moment that changed my mindset, changed my life. I went along, I did the audition, and I got chosen. And that very first fashion show, I made so many connections. The designers were so impressed with me. They asked me back to model for them, for their brands. And everything just snowballed from there, really, in terms of my modeling career. And then I started going into acting as well. I've always loved acting since I was a little girl. I've always been involved in like all the school drama shows. I used to go to a private drama group as well. So I've always loved being on the stage. I've always loved entertaining people and making people smile. So for me, that seemed like a natural progression. I went into being a supporting artist. So I work on television. I've worked for Netflix. I've worked for ITV. I've worked for Lime Pictures. So you might have seen me in productions like Hollyoaks, Casualty. I've been on Netflix dramas like Fool Me Once, Missing You, Boiling Point. I've been on all sorts of things, and I've loved every moment. And again, it's been getting me out there, seeing how things work behind the camera, seeing how a production team runs, going to attend networking events, going to award ceremonies, you know, and all these things have added to build my confidence and got me to where I am today, where I am a really confident person. I love the way I look. I love the person who I am. And I'm really enjoying the fact that with DL Models and with the Inclusive Fashion Show Tour, I really get to go out and meet other people who I find are at the place that I used to be. I remember being in that place where I felt stuck, where my mental health was on the floor. I was drinking too much, like seeing myself in other people, how I used to be, and talking to them and telling them what I've done and what I've achieved so that they can see what is possible if they believe in themselves, if they have the passion and they're willing to invest in themselves and work hard. It's hard work, but now I own a business, you know, a 4-figure business, a 5-figure business soon. And it's, you know, the most incredible feeling, the most empowering thing to be doing what I love, earning money to be able to support my family. I'm a single mum. I have 4 children. One has a serious medical condition. 2 are neurodivergent like me. So any Sen mamas out there, you will know that it's not always easy. And when you're on your own, especially, it's not easy because you've no one to hug you at the end of the day and say you did a good job, or there's no one to consult or ask, like, do you think I did right when I said this? Or there's just you, and you have to make all the decisions. Everything, the book stops with you, and it's hard, but it's built my resilience, it's built me up, and it's meant that I have the tools. I didn't realize this, of course, before I started the business, but it means I do have the tools that it takes to be a CEO, to be a successful business owner. And that's something I have had to teach myself, the ins and outs of how to run a successful, sustainable business. But I've done it, and I'm honestly so proud of where I am now, and I'm so excited for the future. To take my kids traveling more. They have started to want to come with me when I'm working away, which is amazing. So when we've got fashion shows in different areas of the UK, they've been coming with me, and we've been making a bit of a holiday out of it, you know, and it's been absolutely amazing to be able to show them more of the world. Next year, we are expanding. We're always expanding, constantly growing, learning, and striving to be better all the time so we can offer more and more to our clients. And next year, we're going international. we have huge announcement coming up later on this year about next year. 2026 is the year DL models are going global. So it's a really good time to get involved, to jump in and be part of the team right now. We've got loads of amazing experiences to offer. I'll just tell you a little bit quickly about how you can work with us. So there's 3 different ways that you can work with us. We have an Embrace community on Facebook, which is a completely free community. It's just an amazing space for people just like you and I who want to live unapologetically, people who want to celebrate their quirks. It's for you, and you are welcome there. You'll be welcome with open arms. There's lots of inspirational quotes that go in there. There's lots of little campaigns that we do, little tasks that we do. We share images, we celebrate each other's successes. It's really, really lovely. So you're welcome to join our Embrace community. The second way that you can work with us is through our paid membership. Now, this is called the Shine membership, and this is another community really, but it's a separate private group on Facebook that you'll be added to when you become a member. And what we have in there is huge value for money. It's monthly masterclasses with guest experts. We have fabulous experts that come on and teach you things that will help you on your journey in modeling, or if you work in the entertainment industry or the beauty industry, or if you're just a business owner, it will help you to learn and grow your brand, become more visible, grow your audience on social media, all sorts of things around health, wellness. It's really, really good. The masterclasses that we have are live, and if you can't make them, it's okay. They're all recorded and you'll have them in your own special members area. So you can rewatch them again and again, take notes. Some of them come with PDFs that you can download as well, and little tasks that you can do. Also, we have our famous style shoots. I say famous because by this point, we've had hundreds upon hundreds of publications in nationwide press, in nationwide magazines, things like Glam Week magazine, Lancashire Life magazine, Global Woman magazine, like the list is endless. And the models that have come into us, some of them have already been published before, but the majority haven't. So it's just amazing to see their faces when they see themselves in print in a magazine. It's lovely. I think there's something so special about seeing yourself in a glossy magazine. There is for me anyway. So if you feel the same and you would like to be published in a magazine as a model, that's something that we can offer you in our Shine membership. Also, we have castings daily that are posted that you can apply to yourselves. The majority of them are paid castings. And on top of that, you will also be involved in our inclusive fashion show tour. So we've got our next show in June, which is in Birmingham, and then our last show of the year, which is in Edinburgh, and then we'll be doing another schedule for our tour next year. But if you join this year, you will be automatically included. You don't have to come to the casting. You'll automatically be included in the Inclusive Fashion Show tour. So these are fantastic ways of you being able to build your portfolio. You get to keep all of your professional images for yourself to use in your own marketing, in your own portfolio as a model, however you want to use them. So that's our Shine membership. It's £40 a month, so you can join. You can join that. And the last way you can work with us is our Rise program. This is so special. Our Rise program is created for those people who are ready to step into their most successful self. They're really ready to take that leap and throw themselves into learning. It's quite intensive, but it's a 6-month one-to-one expert guidance. You get expert guidance through the whole of the 6 months. Okay, so we've got hundreds of workshops for you to do. We've got life experience for you to go out and take part in. We've got a full professional portfolio shoot, which is included. Also, your comp cards are included in that. Fantastic for when you go out to networking events. We have also got networking events for you to attend. We've got invitations to awards evenings, and you can go and you can network and you can give out your comp cards to people. So it really is, it's tailored to each individual that comes on board with us. And what we offer in the workshops is we have qualified expert counsellor, we have a qualified expert holistic therapist, and a qualified expert in confidence coaching. And they will work with you on a one-to-one basis. You can book it in your own time. It's all done via Zoom, so you can be in the comfort of your own home, work around your job. Whenever suits you, we can book in with each individual expert and do the courses with them. Then we've also got our model coach, who is a professional model herself. She is an expert in posing, an expert in runway walking, and she's also a pageant queen, and it's Raven Dixon Biggs. So if you've seen Raven on, I'm sure you've probably seen her on social media, she is a force to be reckoned with, and she is the loveliest coach. We've had such amazing feedback of everyone that's worked with her. So if modeling is something that you would like to do, we would definitely recommend going on to our Rise program and getting all that good learning from Raven in terms of your model basics, all your different poses, your different sorts of niches. She'll help you with what to pack in your model bag, how to apply for castings, what to do when you attend castings, absolutely everything. Runway walking, advanced runway walking, so much involved, but it really is a comprehensive full package for those who want to do this as a career. And if that's something that sounds like something you would like to do, our Rise program is for you. So it's an intensive 6-month program, and then after that we then represent you for a further 6 months on a professional basis. So that's all about me. I can tell my brain is starting to get too tired now, so I'm starting to fumble over my words, which is part of my FND, unfortunately. But I hope that you've enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me, a little bit more about why I set up DL Models. And if you'd like to get involved with DL Models, then please head to our website, which is www.dlmodelslimited.com, or you can go to our link tree on Instagram, just at the top of the page here, and click on there, and there's links to all the different services that we offer. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.